That sure was some nightmare. It even left me with a monster headache. I look great. Then again, the mirror is dirty. My head is killing me. There's an empty glass. A slightly worn old-fashioned bathtub. That's the hot water heater gurgling. These towels have an illegible monogram on them. An old-fashioned shower stall. This dilapidated room gives me the chills. Must be the cold draft. This bed hasn't been slept on in years. Here's an old trench coat. I wouldn't be caught dead in that thing. There is a bulge in the pocket of the trench coat. Those wooden planks creak a lot. Gothic artwork. Certainly not my style, but it came with the house. The entrance to this house must have seen countless guests come and go, but it's just me now. Looks like an old Persian rug. These leather-bound books remind me of my book collection still in storage. That's kind of unsettling. These old science books date back a long way. This old globe is a collector's item dating back decades. The walls seem hollow here. This secret room is dark and damp. large boulder seems solid and immovable. A heavy twine rope. There's a secret door here. Here is the telephone. That's an uninviting looking bed. It looks like years since anyone swept here. This ladder appears to lead to the attic. This attic is full of useless items left over from the previous owner. Some of these windows need to have the glass replaced. An old newspaper. An old deflated soccer ball. An old empty steamer trunk. Here's an old pair of wooden skis that need refinishing. This trunk is locked with a rusty padlock. There's an old pocket watch. What a tremendous view of the town from up here. But the wooden railing looks as though it has seen better days. This is a wooden railing. That's a gargoyle, one of those mythical creatures used to keep demons at bay. At least the lawn doesn't need mowing. This place is a shambles. Reminds me of my last garage. Here's the opening to the gas tank. There's the trunk of the car. There's a crowbar in the trunk. Now this baby could be a collector's item if it were properly restored. It doesn't look like it's been used lately. This car sure is old, but I think it could still be made to run. A real wood steering wheel. An old AM radio. There's a glove compartment. Doesn't appear to be locked. Here are a pair of old gardening gloves. There's an old diary inside this trunk. It's a calm neighborhood out here. My house seems somehow out of time, a relic of a dark past, or perhaps a dark future. The road seems strangely empty and unoccupied. This town looks unnaturally quiet. What a quaint general store with a little bit of everything for day-to-day existence. There's a bottle of soy sauce. There's a container of Russian sardines. There's a can of pitted olives. The counter looks as though it has been polished for hours. There's a can of insecticide. There's a package of crackers. There's a bottle of cheap scotch.
Serve yourself, Mr. Dawson. That's the last bottle of scotch. Boy, Delbert's gonna be mad.
Hi, you must be Mike. I'm your neighbor, Delbert. Why don't we get together tomorrow? I'll meet you outside your place at 6. You're a writer, huh? I'm a lawyer by trade. Why don't you take one of my cards?
old library, a venerable repository of knowledge. It guards its bounty behind a handsomely decorated structure. These shrubs are well groomed. Looking at the fountain makes me very thirsty. This room reminds me of my study, full of leather-bound books. These old library books date back a long time. The librarian's desk seems to have a never-ending stack of books to check in. She's an extremely beautiful woman. She doesn't seem to notice me staring at her. Someone has lost a hairpin.
This card really should be kept with the book. You'll find that one in aisle C. It's the one with the green cover.
Sure is quiet here. You could hear a pin drop. The rows of books in the library stacks all look pretty much the same. There's a green book with a scrap of paper hanging out of it. Here's an entry to an old cemetery, overgrown with weeds. The ground is damp and muddy. These archways give me a sense of foreboding. This place looks like no one has been around or tended for a long time. There's no name on this stone. G. Threepwood, rest in peace. Sherry Days. Harcourt Fenton Mudd. He was no tribble at all. J.T.K. S. Nostromo. Rest in peace. John Campbell. Here lies a man who saw beyond time's horizon. Bobby Jacobs. Never thought you'd end up here, did you? The inscription has eroded with time. These are ancient symbols covering this mausoleum. But I'm not up on my Egyptian. The tomb door won't open. It worked. The door opened. Feels like a cold draft just hit me. Or is it just my nerves? The names on these caskets have faded away with time. These pillars hold up the mausoleum. Joe Tuttle, beloved butcher. John Tuttle, beloved Siamese twin. Julia Tuttle, beloved mother. Patrick Tuttle, beloved grandfather. Leonard Tuttle, beloved son. Gary Tuttle, beloved cousin. There's a clock key among the ashes. I already played with these ashes. A peaceful place to meditate. Not that I have the time. I can just barely see my house from here. J. Poosh, may he rest in peace. R. Leibowitz, a canticle for his deeds. J. McKeegan.
Hello?
Hello, Mike. This is Sue at the library. We have a book on hold for you, so please drop by sometime.
This dark room looks like it is seldom used. A reader for viewing microfiche films. Nothing but books, books, and more books.
Hi, Mike. Here's the book that was put on hold for you.
That's a chilly draft blowing through this decrepit old living room. There's a piece of paper taped to the mirror. The window panes have clouded with time. I can barely make out the yard. An old Victorian chair. An old oak table. An old velveteen couch. A masterpiece of the macabre. Its eyes follow me relentlessly. This picture is very alien to me. This grandfather clock reverberates an ancient, endless tempo. There appears to be a plaque inside, but I can't make out what it says. I feel sleepy. I think I will go to bed now. This watch doesn't seem to be working. I better not eat anything coming from this kitchen until the cleaning lady has disinfected it. This stove is hissing, and there's a faint smell of gas here. I bet the pilot light is out. The pilot flame is out. The refrigerator doesn't seem to be running. A strange odor seems to be coming from inside. The door is stuck. I wouldn't want to see the food in here anyway. The sound of water dripping on that rusty old sink reminds me of how fast time is passing. The cabinets are old and stained. Here's an extensive collection of empty wine bottles. The previous owner must have had some reason to drink. Puis Fusé Chanot contre Chez, 1961. Not my cup of tea. These are empty red wine barrels.
An unnatural glow emanates from the chamber. Strange machines provide energy, nourishing the creatures cocooned in their sacks. The horrible shape twists and writhes as it hangs from its biomechanical umbilicus.
Strange alien smells are rising from the half-dead creatures encased in these glassine prisons. There's an empty case, just waiting for the alien's next victim. This is some alien experiment that appears to have gone wrong. This wall of skulls seems to be almost alive. These look like the plans for a gruesome biological experiment on a human. There's a ramp that leads to a raised platform. That machinery hum sets my teeth on edge. I feel like a cold wind just ran through my bones. That machinery hum sets my teeth on edge. There are alien mountains in the distance. There's a pair of binoculars. Has someone been here before me? This cold and creepy landscape does not look like an inviting place for a picnic. This is the outside of the alien edifice. It reminds me somewhat of the front of my own house. These petrified images of this alien forest remind me of something I had nightmares about as a child. All my gut feelings tell me not to go in there. However, nothing ventured. It smells like a hospital waiting room here. Perhaps it would be safer to return home now. That's strange. What would a shovel be doing in this place?
Come here, Dawson. I want a word with you. You're under arrest, Mr. Dawson. Come with me.
What a cold and uninviting place. I never thought I'd be spending a night in here. A tin cup. Old grungy pillow.
A friend of Dilbert's, huh? Come with me, Dawson.
This is the inside of a police station. There's nothing inside. There's a map of the city. An old oak office desk. At least there aren't any pictures of anyone I know here. A gun in a holster.
What you do in the light is reflected in the dark. Leave some doors open before crossing over.
Good to see you, Dawson. Follow me.
This must be the neighbor's yard. That's wrought iron lawn furniture.
Boy, that's smooth. Thanks for coming by, Mike.
This alien park was obviously engineered by creatures with a bizarre and cruel sense of humor. The main lobby of an alien jail. They could use a new decorator.
So that's where my gun went. You're going to rot for a few centuries, human!
Alien graffiti scars the walls. No one who enters here ever leaves alive.
The bars look impenetrable, but the lock looks primitive. A long corridor leading to freedom.
Greetings, human. I am Sargo, prisoner of this dungeon for 9 years. I am prepared to give you the gift of invisibility in exchange for my freedom.
The sign over the doorway, if you could read it, would tell you this is the Dreketh's Guards Recruitment Center. Before you is the Recruitment Center, where genetic engineering is being conducted on the recruits. You're in the Great Archive Chamber. Many of the ancient secrets are available here for those who know how to access them.
I'll bet this is the main archive's access screen. I can't reach the screen. Besides, it's not a touch screen. That's probably the control panel for the access screen.
Greetings, Michael. I've been sending you messages over the radio. The ancients have implanted an alien embryo into your brain. If born, this creature will destroy you and all of mankind. You must find the ancient's power source and destroy it. Also, the police in your world are under the control of the ancients. Avoid them at all costs. Hurry, and good luck.
Both my headache and these nightmares are getting worse. There's a loose flagstone with a hole bored into it. There's a set of keys. Under the rock was a set of keys. There's a horrible and ancient-looking alien leering at me through the frost-covered viewport. The alien's power source appears to be located in this chamber. Looks like an organic computer that directs power to the ancients. This is the heart of the power nexus. I feel it vibrating with alien energies. These tubes bring the energy needed to keep the ancients in stasis. The stone seems energized and warm to the touch.
Remember, anything seen in the mirror is not real. Only the mirror itself is real.
The motor starts. This large room looks like a control center. There's the control console.
You have just engaged the main engine startup sequence. I'm not really sure why I'm here, but I just felt drawn to you. I know it sounds strange, but what's even more strange is that I found these pills in my purse. It's a prescription filled in your name for relief of severe headaches.
I'm just beginning to understand.